What? It's not. Yeah. Well, it was. So it's the same thing that the. Uh, hmm. That's odd. Okay, that's very strange. I guess we'll try to reset. Yeah, I have an issue with the. Yeah, I had the same issue last night, but I just kind of didn't care because I just got drunk. And so I just didn't give a flip. But today, after the second day of no internet uh, on this computer, now I'm ready to solve the problem because sobriety and all that. So, yeah. So maybe after a few beers, I was like, the internet doesn't work. Wah, 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 wah. You know, like, oh, I don't give a flip. I got beer and a guitar. So that's all we need. Like for the ho 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 down, as I called it. Yeah. I did have some debate in my mind. Is that what I was gonna call the video? And yeah, my mom would not she kept talking about like I guess my mother ever since for a long time. At first my mom worked at McDonald's back in the late 1970s when she was a teenager. And then after she had me, you could have like kind of a job and you if you got married back then you could be called a homemaker, because you have a child and you're a mom and you can be called you can put on your resume like homemaker, home. And that was, like it sounds pretty good, the homemaker, you know like it sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty like it's an actual like good responsibility that women have. And it's pretty cool. And but then my mom always worked too, sometimes. And so she worked at this Lunas Mexican restaurant as a cashier in the 1980s. And then yeah. Dun, dun. So, but she would also put on resumes like homemaker, you know. So it was like, yeah, I guess back then it was sort of like a guy was like, didn't want, if he had a hot babe, he didn't want the woman out in the public a lot because other guys are going to be able to see their girlfriend or their wife. And so a lot of men back then would prefer that their woman stay close to home and not visible to the public. So my first stepdad tried to get my mother out, tried to get her out of circulation, but by moving out to the boondocks of Dayton, Texas, and yeah. But mostly, if you pull a Green Acres on a woman, it's just going to make her resentful, So. Yeah. When Zsa Zsa Gabor wants to go to the big city. Women want to be seen. Yes. Women want attention. Yeah. That does seem to be there. There's one trait. I still don't understand women. Like I really have no conception of what that, I mean, a little bit, but not like a complete picture. But I would say if there's one trait I noticed in all the women, is they love to shop. right? They love to decorate and to shop. And my mom wasn't, as a young woman in her 20s, wasn't that great a homemaker. It turns out when I was a kid, when you're a kid, you don't really notice stuff like this. When you're a kid, you're just like, oh, my parents are great. You know, like they don't have any flaws, whatever. Yeah, because you're a kid. So because you're like, oh, well, that's the only thing you're used to getting. You don't have any points of comparison. So I would say, oh, man, this macaroni and cheese and this chicken my mom cooked, it's great. And my stepdad would be like, this is crappy. And I didn't realize that people could cook like crap. I didn't, or cook not so well. And I didn't have this conception when I was a kid because I was just like, oh, this is great. You know, and plus I don't really complain that much about the quality of food, especially if you're a kid. And so my stepdad would always yell and complain. And like, but I mean, maybe my stepdad thought he was a better cook than my mother because he was a lot older, because he was like 36 and she was like 24, so a bit of an age mismatch there. Yeah, he just yeah, but anyways, their fights weren't really like violent. They were mostly silly. They would usually be over something like very petty, something ridiculous. Typically, the fights. I guess the fights were just, you know, working class people letting off steam, you know, kind of thing, blowing off steam, and nothing too insane or violent or problematic. Then my mom, there was this lady called Martha Stewart, and she came out, and then I noticed my mom started to sort of idolize other women like her mom and older not just her mom, but my step grandmother, and women that seemed like they were into homemaking and crafts. And then Martha Stewart got real big, and then my mom kind of had a fantasy of like, what if I could be like that, like have my own, you know, my own empire and like Oprah or something. So yeah, so she started to like, that would be her hobby, is like decoration and arts and crafts and stuff like that. So my mother kept talking about, oh man, that's a great idea for a business. That's great. Edible arrangements. Wow. Yeah. So eventually it went from like Martha Stewart in this century to all the like Molly Yeh and all the cooking divas and went into all that. And my mom loves watching those shows, decorating and cooking. And so, I mean, I know Molly Ye's hot, you know, half Japanese or whatever, but I don't. Molly Yo, is it Molly Yeh? Molly Yo. But I don't really watch those female cooking shows. Mostly, you know, I watch a lot of content that's male, like in cooking with. I watch maybe, you know, City Confidential or Parts Unknown with Anthony Bourdain, and I watch a lot of Chef Gordon Ramsay and a little bit of Joshua Wiseman. Sometimes, not all the time. So. Yeah. So I don't really watch a lot of female. He said, my friend said Micah Hatfield, this really hot chick. He goes, yeah, that's really hot for the 1920s. Like, hot for the 1920s. Guy's so silly. All right. Did the reset do the trick? Or are we still in the same shit? Well, what is the problem with this? I don't get it. Okay, maybe it's network adapter detecting problems. Let's see if this auto detect can detect the problem. or not. Yeah, I'm not really good at piano. I just have it for, I mean, I can play some chords, but I don't really know what I'm doing. So, did this troubleshoot work? Okay, next. All network, diagnose all problems on network adapters. So what is edible arrangements? What can I gather about edible arrangements? I suppose it's edible arrangements. So I guess it's decorative. They make decorative food, right? So it's like artsy fartsy food, and it's fun, and it's creative, and it's a hoot, as they would say in Canada. Eh? How's it going, eh? I watch a lot of the. I don't really watch mukbang because that's kind of like porn. Mukbang's kind of like porn, isn't it? It's got that because it's like it's usually a cute Asian girl going, oh, I ate all this ramen, and she's stuffing like it's almost pornographic, like she's like sucking on a penis. I mean, I know what the mukbang what they're going for. They're like pretty girls eating, you know, like this is. They're typically super, super hot Asian girls. And they don't always have to be from East Asia. They can be from, you know, Asian diaspora in many different countries. But so I'm more interested in concepts. So I'm more interested in. So I'm not really interested in mukbang. I'm interested in like the concepts of the ways that people are cooking different in places around the world and what kind of styles. And I'm kind of interested in like what makes the best, the tastiest food and how do you make it and how do you do it. And so that's my main concern. Like in South Korea, for instance. I saw a video on UFO Burger, and it's like they have the patty and the tomato and the lettuce, and they have this machine, and it's a UFO Burger. It's probably patented. And UFO Burger, the burger, the dough is you select what's inside, and then the UFO, it compresses down on this machine, and it's like a shepherd's pie burger, you know? It's really cool. Yeah, UFO Burger. I'm surprised they haven't spread to the US, you know, conceptually speaking. I don't know if it's patented and you can only get it in South Korea. You know, I don't know how you could patent a style of cooking, though. You know what I mean? That's like kind of like patenting a color or something. If you patent an idea. Like forming burgers. I mean, I'm sure that machine is patented, but I'm not sure if you are legally verboten from making saucer type burgers. So I doubt that's illegal or could get someone into trouble. But so I like those neat ideas. Did it work? Oh, we still foobarred. Okay, apply the fix. Resolve the problem in the network adapter. Yeah, I see the appeal. Hot, young, fertile Asian girl, pretty, stuffing noodles and sausages in her face, pork. Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's like kind of interesting. There's a sexual component to it a little bit, or a lot. That fixed the problem, baby. We're back in business. We're in business. Tom Sizemore, right? From Saving Private Ryan. Yeah, I was working at the movie theater in high school when that movie came out. It was so weird because on opening day, Saving Private Ryan, I'll never forget this, work at the box office at the AMC Willowbrook 10 in North Houston. All the World War II veterans that were still alive, that were in the Houston area, they were all there. They're all World War II veterans and other veterans, old men, were assembled like the Avengers. And I remember they were just kind of like, very like old and stern and business-like. It was impressive. I would say it was impressive to see the World War II, the old veterans. That was pretty impressive. And, they, as my history teacher would say, in the late 2000s, he would say, and these guys are taking dirt naps every few seconds or every few minutes. Very precious, right? Yeah, precious resource. So they had this girl called Ryan that I worked with, and she was, that movie where the guy's like, and she was not very attractive. There's a movie where the guy says that. If I could see it in my head, I could remember what movie it was. It was like, the guy's like, and she was not very attractive. The movie's really funny and the comedian's hilarious. Oh, was it Rob Schneider? And she was not very attractive. I think it was Rob Schneider. I want to say. Almost was thinking of like Adam Sandler. So this girl was not that. She was feisty. She had the. Yeah, I don't know if she was a dyke. She looked bulldog. She kind of reminded me of like a lesbian. I don't know if she was really lesbian, or she was just. I don't know. Like she didn't really discuss her sexuality. She never really discussed her sexuality. Yeah, maybe like you could tell the girls that were like. Well, maybe you couldn't tell. Like sometimes you could tell when girls were straight, and then you could tell, like if girls were just too ugly to get dudes, or you could tell like, things. But this chick was like you got kind of like the lesbian vibe, but she just wasn't coming out of the closet. She wasn't like Ellen DeGeneres. Hey, I'm gay like that. Like maybe it wasn't cool to do that back then. Like there's no like coming out ceremony, right? It was like people just have to figure it out. Like it's a mystery. It's like Pat. Is it a girl? Is it a boy? Pat. No one knows. Like the SNL skit, by the way. It's Pat. Is it a guy or is it a girl? Nobody knows. Yeah. I mean, she seemed feminine enough, but then she had a deep voice, and she would. So it's like. Maybe she could have been also, besides just thinking that she's dyke or lesbian, you might just say, maybe she's just a tomboy. That maybe she's that cool girl that likes to watch sports, or, she likes to play like the boys. And so it wasn't like obvious either. She had like feminine hair and feminine clothing. And so... Well, she was diving headlong into the pantsuit, and the guys kind of the suits. So she was quick to put on the Hillary Clinton pantsuit. She was very eager to do that. So to don the pantsuit, to don the jacket of the business, and the business suit. So when Saving Private Ryan came out. All the guys, except for me, I wasn't the guy that would call, the big, fat, redheaded girl. I wasn't the guy who thought, hey, let's call her Big Red after the soda. I wasn't really one of those guys who just sits around and thinks of insulting names for the staff, for my coworkers. So, not because I'm trying to make friends, but just because that's just me. But I don't think like, hey, let's make up insulting fucking names for people all day. Unless it's deserved. So they called her, instead of Saving Private Ryan, they called her Saving Ryan's Privates. Yeah, I mean, is it like maybe some chicks, they're not just lesbian, maybe like some are like so ugly that they haven't been asked out. They haven't been dating or they haven't been engaged in heterosexual activity for so long that eventually they just become gay, or they just become asexual or they become a lesbian because they're like, well, I can't get a guy, so I don't know. Those are just theories. Those are just like speculation. Yeah, Ryan didn't get a crew cut, and say "hey" and stuff like some of these characters acting ridiculous, trying to have arm wrestling contests with guys and stuff like that. Putting on fake mustaches and shit. Like some of these cats. fix the problem. All right. I was probably too drunk to go through the diagnostic process yesterday. We didn't really get to the gaming because we wanted to get to the musicking. But by the end of this night, or the beginning of the next day, we're going to get gaming back into the fold. The annoying neighbors came back. It was real. When they're not here, it's super quiet. Yeah. When they're not here, it's like, yeah, it's just like the wall is peaceful. But when they get here, they turn on their bass and their shit. And for some reason, they have surround sound speakers near their kitchen. Okay. And it goes boom, 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 boom. And sometimes, even though they're in their 60s or 70s, they listen to loud ass, not just movie bass, but they listen to like dance music and techno. The people in their 60s or 70s cannot handle, I suppose, being in their 60s or 70s. So they're listening to a lot of younger music to try to, I guess, compensate for their inability to deal with their particular age group. Yeah. I think I was used to a time where everybody acted their age, like they acted a certain way depending on a certain level of maturity, and now it's like it doesn't exist. That really doesn't exist anymore. So it's like, I mean, when I'm 60 or 70, am I gonna put on the club mix? And I mean, I guess if I did, I'm not gonna put my speakers next to the thin condo walls and blast it out at fucking 3 a.m. I hope. So I still might jam the club music maybe when I'm 70 or 80. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, I mean, my main issue with these neighbors is that they're loud and obnoxious. That's the thing. Like, they don't try to be quiet. They don't attempt to, regulate their shit. That's the only issue. Like, they don't give a fuck, about that they have speakers next up to the kitchen and the dining table next to us. So I haven't done any revenge tactics. I haven't mounted speakers on their side of the wall so they get a taste of their own medicine. And so I haven't mounted speakers and got Marilyn Manson ready for them. Some fuck it, do, fuck it, fuck it. How would they like that at 2 a.m? So I haven't really given them a taste to their own medicine yet. Because, I don't want to escalate things. Because escalation can cause maybe things to get out of control if things escalate, beyond what. For now, it's really annoying. And, but I had a break from them, for at least a day and a half or so. So that was good. It is so quiet when they're gone. know, the Iliad, the Odyssey. You know, Homer, the great Greek epics. I'm not feeling Matt Damon in the Odyssey. Like, it's Matt Damon. You know, like Matt Damon playing a legendary mythical character. Like, I could buy, you know, maybe Christian Bale. Maybe I could buy Tom Cruise playing a legendary mythical character. But fucking Matt Damon playing Odysseus. He could play a Boston beer drinking guy or something. But Matt Damon, he did great in The Martian. That was fantastic. I love that one. The Martian was superb. But is it? Well, I mean, I realize Odysseus is supposed to be older and war weary, but Matt Damon as Odysseus? What the fuck was Christopher Nolan thinking? Oh man, maybe I'll be wrong. Let's just say, maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. Maybe it'll be awesome. You know, anything's got to be better than this Avatar bullshit. These avatars. It might be really great ancient Greek mythology. So yeah. Got the candles. Yeah, the day after Christmas. Oh yeah. It was nice, like the neighborhood being like a ghost town. I could go run with Tula and there was hardly anybody around. Hardly anybody at all. Oh yeah, what I was going to say about the 1980s last night. I think the buzz kicked in and I totally forgot. But these kids, they got in the 1980s, what I was going to say was that remote control cars had a limited radio signal range. And you could only remote control, something to like a toy to fly or to go down the block only for a little bit. And so apparently the kids of today have this shit where they can have the remote control cars and it can go for blocks and they can control it from way, way far away, which is going to make their pranks even better, So I was kind of in shock because I was looking at these kids and their parents and they were piloting this little car, and I said, "Oh, it's only got like maybe a certain distance radius, and then it's gonna die, right?" And then it came over like at least it's like the street was right here, and then it came down all the way almost to they could almost run that thing, the remote control car, they could almost run it almost to the end of the neighborhood, like an entire block. And I was like, wow, we didn't have toys like that good. I don't think with that good range when we were kids. So wow, those new toys have really longer ranges. I was really impressed. So, but drones are just creepy. So I saw a kid was piloting a drone around here. I think last year sometime. And I looked at it and I said, "Oh my God, it's a fucking spy drone." It was humming and it was just fucking. That shit's kind of inhuman, bizarre. But that was my first drone encounter, and I was like, oh Lord, look at that, look at that Big Brother shit. You know, that's hard. That's awful. You know, you don't even know what the range of the cameras are on those things, what they're recording, what they're doing. I mean, it's just like very dystopian. You know, even though the kid thinks, oh, I'm doing something legal, I'm having a great time, it's still dystopian anyway. So whether it's legal or not. I know the kid's thinking, hey, I'm doing something. Oh, how fun. Yeah, but you don't know how devious the drones can get. Yeah. But I guess drones are just like AI. Either you accept it or, well, you still have to live with it anyway. It's not like, you know, like Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, would say, it's not like these big tech companies and corporations give us a choice. You know, it's not like there's a vote. Like, hey, should we have more drones? Tech companies really don't give a shit whether you want more drones or not. They just say, hey, look, this is the fastest, this is the newest thing. You're going to do it whether you like it or not, or whether you vote for it or not. It's still going to become part of our lives no matter what. So as the Borg from Star Trek The Next Generation would say, resistance is futile with the robots. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know. I read the news. You might have read the news. The guitarist for one of the most legendary groups of all time is dead at 65 for the band The Cure. Yeah. I think one of my guitarist friends, Johnny Axe, I think Johnny Axe, man, the Axe, yeah. See, the Axe, he loved The Cure. Besides, you think he just loved Smashing Pumpkins, but one of his favorites ever was The Cure. Yeah, as well. I mean, he had many musical influences and loves, but those were like, you know, the top. I don't know, maybe top 5, top 10 for him. So the problem with The Cure is they use a lot of distorted effects, which I don't have. The problem with The Cure is they're a very unusual band. And yeah, a lot of their songs sound really complex. At least they sound that way. Really lush production, really complex music. At least that's the way it sounds. A lot of synthesizer. But they played this one song all the time. For like 5 years, I worked at this retail joint, and they played this song all the fucking time for the almost entire 5 years at the grocery store. I worked 10 years at grocery stores, but 5 of them I think we got the. Yeah. But they'd always play this song. Of course, they're not in a grocery store environment. They're not gonna play Pictures of You. You know. So, but this one's a poppy song by The Cure. And it looks pretty simplistic. Yeah, this one sounds easy, huh? So, my mother got better at cooking from her 20s. So by the time she had been cooking all those years, from the 20s all the way into the 30s, in the 1990s, and into the 40s in 2000s, she was pretty much basically a pro at cooking. She had cooked so much for me and my stepfather. And she's kind of a seeker like me. My mother is kind of like an idea concept guru, you know, always looking for the next idea, always looking for an innovative, creative idea, especially like in cooking. So rest in peace. Who is the Cure guitarist? Yeah, Perry Bamonte. Perry Bamonte, guitarist and keyboardist for The Cure, dies at 65. Perry Bamonte. Perry Bamonte. All right, let's do it. Since they played it a billion times, a million billion times at the grocery store for 5 years, almost every single. But I always loved it every time it came on. I said, "Hey, that song sounds great." This is for Perry Bamonte and the Cure fans. Something a little bit easier, not so complex, you know. That's one of the first guitar scales. It's called open position. It's like for beginners to like get oriented. Yeah. Like a warm-up exercise. Am I remembering the C added ninth correctly? Let's do this. Okay. Ba, ba, ba. This looks pretty easy. Let's see if it really is that easy. Da, da. praying Wednesday to Thursday. I don't care about you. It's Friday, I'm in love. Monday, you can fall apart. Tuesday, Wednesday, break my heart. Thursday doesn't even start. It's Friday, I'm in love. Now it says chorus. Oh, they got the piano chords too. It has guitar, ukulele, and piano on. It doesn't have a fast auto scroll, so. Saturday, wait, and Sunday always comes too late, but Friday never hesitate. Yeah, there it is. I don't care if Monday's black. Tuesday, Wednesday, heart attack. Thursday, never looking back. It's Friday, I'm in love. A very sweet pop song. You know, very nice, concise, and it rhymes, and the lyrics are perfect. So Syd Barrett did So Much Acid. The original lead singer and guitarist for Pink Floyd. He did so much acid that on his final show, they had David Gilmour. They had to take him off stage because he got bad schizophrenia from doing all the psychedelics, all the LSD. He was just like. Just like play the same. I think it was the A chord over and over, wasn't it? Monday, you can hold your head. Tuesday, Wednesday, stay in bed. Or Thursday, watch the walls instead. It's Friday, I'm in love. Saturday, wait. Sunday always comes too late, but Friday never hesitate. Actually, I didn't re-listen to the song for what the bridge sounded like. I deviated, you know, because I didn't remember what that bridge sounded like. With that chorus. Dressed up to the eyes, it's a wonderful surprise to see your shoes and your spirits rise, blowing out your frown, just smiling at the sound, and as sleek as a shriek, spinning round and round. Always take a big bite. It's such a gorgeous sight. See I don't remember these choruses or these bridges, by the way. I'm not the biggest. I don't listen to all the Cure records all the time, so sadly. I don't care if Monday's blue, Tuesday's gray, and Wednesday too. Thursday, I don't care about you. It's Friday, I'm in love. Monday, you can fall apart. Tuesday, Wednesday, break my heart. Thursday doesn't even start. It's Friday, I'm in love. Oh, they have an outro? Rest in peace, Perry Beaumonte. Died at 65 today. Guitarist of The Cure. Yes. Described as one of the strangest bands ever. Yeah. One of the most gloriously weird bands ever made, they say. One of the most peculiar bands to ever be, or something like that. Okay, try that. Yeah. Yes, of course. Well, I play like a punk song. Just to switch things up. Let's play a punk song. Da, 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 da. So it's like, if you know what song, you may or may not know this song, but it's like one of the best songs ever. Like in punk and or ska punk history, I think. If you wanna make a move, then you better come in. It's just the ability to reason that we're so thin. Living and dying in stories that are true. Secret to a good life's knowing when you're through. The best part is the chorus. Yeah, the chorus is the you know, the verses are pretty cool, but the chorus is really when the song really, you know, kicks ass. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boy's a time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boy's a time bomb. Time Bomb by Rancid. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah, boy's a time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah, the boy's a time bomb. Well, he's back in the hole where they got him living like a rat. But he's smarter than that. 9 lives like a cat. They take him to the youth authority home. First thing you learn, you gotta make it in this world alone. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah, boy's a time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah, the boy's a time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah, boy's a time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah, boy's a time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah, boy's a time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah, boy's a time bomb. It was like one of the best choruses I've ever heard. first thing you learn about this world is you gotta make it in this world alone. Do 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 do. Boom boom bum boom bum bum. Well, let's try that. Do 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 do. Oh, I see. Okay, so they have the piano chords on here too. So on it's tab ultimate guitar, but it gives you a little bit too loud, huh? That's acceptable. Dun 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 dun. So Lady by Styx. I'm always joking about two ladies, so why don't we learn Lady from Styx? At least this is not the official version. You have to pay more for the official versions. So like so we got D, C, G, B flat, A, major, I would presume. It's not a general. Admiral, major. The Black Keys. Yeah, Grand Central Station. Another senseless attack. Two foreign teenagers. Why are they killing all the pretty girls, man? That's what I don't really understand. Is there a sexual component to killing women that I just don't, understand because I have a, normal. Yeah. I thought of the sexual component of power when I thought about murder. Not necessarily male on male murder. Is there a sexual component to domination? I don't know if there's a. I can't say that a man kills another man and he gets a sexual thrill out of it. Um, is there a sexual component to murder? But when men senselessly kill beautiful women, is that some sort of sick, evil power trip, a sexual trip? So I'm trying to, I know, trying to understand the mind of criminals and crazy people, it's kind of a losing game. So I was just kind of wondering, like, what is the psychology of these people, if they have any that's interesting at all? Is there anything going on up there? Or is it just some weird animalistic... it's basically a de-evolved primal... I'm not going to mention the race of the perpetrator. I think you already know what that is, what that race is. So, without, I don't even have to say what the race of the perpetrator is, because I think people already know. Lady, when you're with me, I'm smiling. Give me all of your love. Your hands build me up when I'm sinking. Just touch me and all my troubles fade. How about a little edge cello? Okay. Lady, when you're with me. No, wait. Lady, when you're with me, I'm smiling. Give me all of your love. Your hands build me up when I'm sinking. Just touch me and all my troubles fade. From the moment I saw you standing all alone. So yeah, time to fart. Let's release one. Let's release a new single. Okay, release a new single. We're gonna write a new song. It's called "Ass." Ass is it's an classic. It's a classic. Oh. The Ass Classic. Always, man. You know? Yeah. Stool. It's actually, I sit on the piano stool. So, when I play guitar or whatever. So, I don't always play the electric piano when I'm using the piano stool. But the piano stool is useful because it allows freedom, you know, of the movement. You know, I think I know why people can look at video games for hours now. And then people, when they had like in the 1980s, when they had like 8-bit games, they're like, humans weren't meant to look at uncomplex bits, pixels on a screen, like for a long period of time. So you'd start to get eye strain if you play like an old Nintendo game for like maybe 8-bit, 16-bit games. So you would get actual like eye strain, or you look at those old computer screens for a long time, because human beings weren't meant to perceive the world in an unrealistic apparatus. So it hurt people's eyes and they got headaches and all that stuff. But now you can play a video game for like 3 hours, no problem. You don't get no headache. You don't get any really eye strain because the graphics are like way better. They're more photorealistic. So they're a lot easier on the eyes. That's my theory anyway. So people don't get eye strain as much as they used to. And plus, we're not as close to our devices or our TVs anymore. Like, this phone is a good distance away. So it really doesn't cause that much eye strain because it's far enough away. I think, like, back in the day, you know, people used to put their face, like, right next to the screen. Like, at the televisions and video games. Get real close. And they would have, and real close to their computer screen, they get eye strain, they get headaches and so on. Because if you're playing like a 16-bit or 8-bit Legend of Zelda back in the old days, and your ass is like straight up, you know, you're a kid or teenager and your ass is like real up close to it. Then after about 2 hours, you're like, oh man, I have a headache. I've been playing too many video games, you know? Is that a good thing that people could play video games for 10 hours without any real consequences? I don't think it's really a good thing. I mean, you can kind of like get lost in the Elder Scrolls 6 or Skyrim. I know. Yeah. Yeah, Lord of the Rings is like one of those movies. You know, you get like, you start watching it and you don't want to leave. So the movie's so good. I really didn't, honestly, I had seen the Lord of the Rings trilogy so many times that I can break away from it now. But, you know, obviously I realize that if I watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy, that's going to take 9 hours away from my life. Like just right then, straight up. So that is a pretty firm commitment, especially if there's commercials. So yeah. Yeah, is that difficult for James Cameron to accept that people don't like Avatar? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like this project he's been crafting for years and years and years and years. And, you know, for a guy that's usually successful, majorly successful, for a guy who's usually on point, for a guy that's banged out so many hits, that's got to be kind of like, oh shit. If he looks at, you know, like Avatar Fire and Ash, if it's a box office bomb, does he go like, well shit, people really don't like Avatar. They think it sucks. And so does he reevaluate? What I'm trying to say is, does James Cameron, does he have a autocorrect? Does he have like will he look, I mean, I'm saying, does he have is he motivated by pride or is motivated by logic? So if he's more cold and calculated, then he would make an objective, correct decision. If he's more prideful, he'll continue with Avatar 4 and Avatar 5 because he wants to make that his artistic statement in his life. He wants to make that his grand finale, his magnum opus to his artistic life will be the Avatar films, the Avatar series. When James Cameron will always be known forever for the 1986 Aliens and the 1984 Terminator and 1991 Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And he'll always be known for that and 1997's Titanic. So that when James Cameron passes away one day, that people will remember him for Terminator and Aliens. And like, that's going to be, and Titanic. And people go, Avatar, People say, Avatar, I don't give a rat's ass. Avatar, like, just not very, you know, maybe even, not even neutral, maybe like, oh, that sucks. You know, maybe it swings towards a negative evaluation. Yeah. So James Cameron is staking his legacy on Avatar. Maybe he needs to think about, I don't know, doing something. Well, I mean, he's a multimillionaire in New Zealand. And he can do whatever he wants in New Zealand. Let's, in the Kiwi land. Does he wine and dine with Sam Neill of Jurassic Park? Do they hang out sometimes, I wonder? I mean, they're both down there. I mean, does James Cameron make emotional decisions, or does he always make logical decisions? Does he always make objective, correct decisions, or does he ever like make impulsive or emotional decisions, which are typically not founded in logic and typically not productive? So. I know, he seems like a calculated man to me. He seems to me like logician. Besides being an artist, besides being creative, he also seems like he's pretty dense intellectually. So robust logic. Yeah. Unless he's just so invested into Avatar that he can't see that it really is boring and it sucks. Like he can't see that people really don't give a shit about blue aliens. I mean, people care more about Smurfs, I think. People care more about Alvin and the Chipmunks than fucking Avatar. People care more about Mighty Power Rangers. Oh well, it's his life. And my God, he's got the right to live it out the best, his way, his life. So, best of luck with the avatars. 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 No, wait, it should be like avatars. Avatars. Going to see the third turd. Avatars. Avatars, retards, going to see shit again. 3 hours and 17 minutes of total bullshit. 3 hours and 17 minutes, so you'll never get back ever again. Avatars. Avatars. But I wanna be entertained in 3D. They serve beer in movie theaters so I can get drunk even if the movie sucks. My concession bill, way too much. This is taking hours of my work life away. Fire and ash, avatars, avatard. I could have bought beer and weed instead. Avatars, avatars. Retards. Avatars. It's over. You like the more impromptu? Yeah. Like impromptu, like unplanned. That's the best. Like, oh no, my stepdad was like, "You saw?" He said, "What did you think when you saw cops outside?" And I said, Well, I thought the USA had become a police state. There was cops outside my house. I was like, it's like, well, are they arresting people like in Great Britain if you like talk out against the clot shot or something, or you say you don't like immigration? And I was, I didn't think it. I didn't think the USA became a police state. I still thought we had rights and freedoms and Bill of Rights and stuff. Yeah, that people could express their opinions and thoughts and share those and all that. And so, yeah, I thought we lived in a free country, quote unquote. And so, yeah, it was the schizophrenic guy was going crazy, probably threatening to kill his sister or something. So, yeah, the schizoid guy keeps getting out. I don't know what. I don't know how. But I guess they take him to the mental asylum. And then he gets evaluated and then he gets back on his medication. And then he doesn't see stuff or talk to demons or whatever. But, yeah. Maybe he's a U.S. citizen. I'm not sure. So I don't think he can be deported to Guatemala. Or his family doesn't want to deport him back to Honduras or wherever he comes from. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's... I mean, I hate to say that it's not unusual for that place to have trouble. But as long as, there's not a whole bunch of people dead, I kind of watch my back walking around him. Because he is schizophrenic, so he is crazy. So you never know when he's going to talk to that wrong demon. And he's going to get a gun or he's going to get a knife or a sword and stab somebody in the throat. So you never know. I definitely don't want to be the victim of that. So, yeah. So this old couple playing techno music next door. Boom, boom, boom. They're playing Club Mix, but they're like 70 years old. I mean, it could be in some of the movies that they're watching. Maybe they're not. But I think the grandma has a dance fantasy. Yeah, that's what I think. I think, and you know what? If everybody has if people have musical fantasies about being singers, about being rock stars, about being, big, huge. If people have musical fantasies, that's, I don't want to judge anybody for that. So everybody's got dreams, even if they're older. So everybody's got dreams. Everybody's got some kind of aspirations. I'm not saying people shouldn't give up on their dreams. Yeah. But yeah, Dr. Phil was talking, that famous Dr. Phil episode where the guy was like 80 years old trying to be a country singer. And Dr. Phil was like, hey, what are you doing, man? You're 80 years old. You think you're going to break into the industry? And he's like, I sure am. And, you don't want to burst somebody's bubble. You don't want to disappoint the dreams. And I understand why people have musical fantasies. And that's, I don't want to judge people too harshly for loving the techno and the rave music and the pop music. So, yeah. Don't want to judge too harshly for the people that like to listen to the rave music all night long. I kind of feel you. You know what I mean? I kind of identify with these folks a little bit. So, God bless. Best of success post-Christmas.